All right, let's switch gears. Trump spent time in one of the bluest parts of the country last night to talk about crime and Biden's failed economy.
We had the best poverty rate in terms of the positive number ever in our history. I'm here tonight to declare that we are going to turn New York City around, and we are going to turn it around very, very quickly. We're going to bring safety back to our streets. We're going to bring success back to our schools.
And despite the rally being a huge success, liberal lawmakers tried to disparage Trump's message and the thousands of New Yorkers supporting him.
I mean, I'm not going to be surprised if he's going to bus in a lot of his pals from Long Island and Jersey and wherever. I hope they pay a nice, hefty congestion tax. I hope that they contribute to the revenues of New York City and fund our public schools through their tourism to the Bronx.
Well, I'll tell you, it won't make a difference at all, Jake, and that is for Donald Trump to be the ringleader of and invite all his clowns to a place like the Bronx. New York will never, ever support Donald Trump for president.
So while the left wants to make it seem like there's no way anyone in the Bronx would support 45, rally-goers have a slightly different take.
Things are super expensive, but for us, mainly, is the immigration. We think it's extremely unfair.
My great-grandmother, 95 years old, lifelong Democrat, is going to vote for Trump this year.
So what I think, no president ever came to South Bronx. I don't know, so I just came to support and show love.
For him to be in a place like the South Bronx, it's huge. I mean, you've never seen any other candidate do this. Biden's not doing this.
All right, joining us now live in studio, two Bronx residents backing Trump, YouTuber Lou Valentino and Drew Alexander. Drew, I'll start with you since you're to my right here. Sure. Talk to me about what you heard from Donald Trump, his messaging, how he's resonating with you and the people who live in your area that obviously did show up to support him in droves because they wanted to hear something different.
No, absolutely. So, you know, his message really was one of unity. And what you saw there was an incredibly diverse crowd. It was mind-blowing how diverse it was. And it was the complete opposite of what you hear people say about the GOP in terms of what was there in person. Every kind of person from every walk of life was present, everybody celebrating America and freedom and wanting to see us all win. And so his message really was out of unity and hope for the country. So it was a very special day.
It was to watch it was really special. And so, Lou, I know my wife Rachel was out in the Bronx on Wednesday. She met up with you.
Yes.
You're like a big YouTube, like 400,000 people on YouTube.
Yeah, we're putting in work.
You're putting on work, which I talked about you on my podcast today from the kitchen table. But a lot of Democrats were like, listen, this is not really a rally for the Bronx or in the Bronx with Bronx residents. People are getting bussed in. Was it really made up of people from the neighborhood?
Yes, there was a lot of people that were very excited to come out from the Bronx. I've been doing YouTube for about 2 years, and one of my dreams is to get real light, to shine the light on the Bronx. And like I said, this isn't even about Trump, man. This is about bringing the light to what Democrats, in my opinion, are not shining the light on, which is fentanyl crisis. Our young men and women, black and Hispanic, are dying out in these streets. I know that is happening in middle America. Maybe some other congressmen over there are talking about it, but I know the congressmen and women are not talking about it here. So I was very happy that Trump came and he spoke to the young people. He just gave this message of optimism, and that's something we've been missing. So I'm very excited. I know that Morehouse was a lot different with Joe Biden. He was speaking about how, we're all being hunted down and that we shouldn't hope or America's not going to be great for you. I think that Trump came out and he said, I don't care what you look like. Let's get this money. Let's get this work. Let's unite. And we're all Americans. So I thought that was the perfect message. Whether you like Trump or not, I think Democrats like to bully people into not going to these things. And I think that if you tell Bronx residents not to go right, they will.
Well, I want to pick up on something that you said, Lou. And Drew, I'll kick this over to you. This notion that when Biden speaks to people in the African-American community, that he's talking down to them, that he is being condescending. He's making them out to be victims when they're not victims. They just want full opportunity to succeed in this country. Many feel that programs and resources, especially here in New York, that should be coming to the Black community are being allocated, for example, to illegal migrants who've come here, broken the law to come to New York, and they're getting all the free stuff.
100%. I think you're 100% on the ball with that. And what you're looking at is people waking up to this fact. And so you're seeing more people than ever really coming to the stage with new ideas for how we can solve the immigrant issue. And Trump is listening to us when we talk about it. All New Yorkers kind of see what's going on. It's pretty obvious that the country and the city itself is really being run and taken over.
Yeah.
So he's really out there trying to face those stuff straight on. And we're all here for it. The diversity in that crowd, once again, was the main highlight of that event. The fact that it was so mixed and tons of African Americans are there. Had many conversations with people that are African American. They were all talking about how they switched from last year to today to being more so much for Trump. So that's happening rapidly throughout the time, and it's just going to keep on going.
You know, this was the first time Donald Trump has done an event like this. I think you're going to see him in maybe Atlanta, in Milwaukee, which would be pretty smart of him. But talk to me about what's going to happen in the Bronx. I'm not sure that Donald Trump's going to win the Bronx, but is he going to do well in the Bronx in this next election? Are people going to come over and vote
I think people were, number one, that if I'm not mistaken, I think the number was 83.5 people. You know, that was the percentage. That's a high percentage, right? So how do you flip that? I mean,
83% voted for Joe Biden.
Yeah, 83% voted in favor of Joe Biden. Democrat, that is a deep blue area. I don't think there's been a Republican that has won that in like 100 years. So it is, but it's not even about him winning, man. It's about him shining the light that's much needed in these politics, in these deep blue cities that, in my opinion, are just being, you know, like you said, the migrant crisis is a huge deal to a lot of people. They don't like to hear that, you know, resources are being taken, especially the Black community. The Black community has been here for generations.
Right.
And, you know, it sucks that has to be the case. But Trump is talking to those people that feel that, hey, hold on now, I'm an American. And that brings patriotism back to, you know, a lot of people.
You know, men and women, communities don't want to be forgotten.
Nope.
And when you shine a light, you're seen.
Yep.
And Donald Trump, I think, saw the issues that you deal with, and you got to see them first, recognize them to be able to address them. Lou and Drew, thank you both for being on the show and telling us what you saw last night at the Trump rally.
Thank you guys for having us. I appreciate you.